What is the universe really? I mean, fundamentally, at the deepest level, what is it? This is the question that's driven me throughout my entire career in physics, and I think we're finally getting close to an answer. But the answer is not what most people expect. When I was young, growing up in the Bronx, working as a plumber before I became a physicist, I thought the universe was simple. It was stuff, matter, energy, particles moving around in space and time. The universe was a collection of things existing in a container called space-time. That seemed obvious. But decades of working on quantum mechanics, black holes, string theory, and the holographic principle have completely changed my understanding. The universe is not what I thought it was. It's not stuff in a container. It's something far stranger, far more abstract, far more beautiful. The universe is quantum information. Let me explain what I mean by that and why I believe it's true. First, let's talk about what the universe is not. The universe is not primarily matter. Yes, we see matter all around us, atoms, molecules, rocks, planets, stars, but we know from quantum field theory that matter is not fundamental. Particles are excitations of quantum fields. An electron is not a little ball, it's a quantum of the electron field. And fields are not stuff either. Fields are mathematical objects, assignments of numbers to points in spacetime. They're abstract. The quantum state of a field is even more abstract, a vector in an infinite dimensional Hilbert space. So matter is not fundamental. It's an emergent description of quantum field configurations. The universe is not made of matter at its deepest level. The universe is also not primarily energy. Energy is important, don't get me wrong. It's conserved. It drives dynamics. It determines how things evolve. But energy is a property of quantum states, not a thing in itself. The energy of a system is the expectation value of the Hamiltonian operator acting on the quantum state. Energy is information about the quantum state, not the fundamental substance of reality. So the universe is not made of energy either. What about space-time? Surely the universe is space-time, the four-dimensional fabric that Einstein taught us about. Space and time woven together, curved by matter and energy, forming the arena where physics happens. But I don't think space-time is fundamental either. I've spent years working on the holographic principle, and it's convinced me that space-time is emergent. It arises from something deeper. The AD-S-CFT correspondence shows this explicitly. You can have a quantum theory with no space-time, no gravity, living on a boundary, and from that theory an entire space-time emerges in the interior. Space-time is not fundamental. It's a derived concept, an emergent description. So the universe is not fundamentally space-time either. Then what is the universe? Here's my answer. The universe is a quantum state. More specifically, it's a particular quantum state in an enormous Hilbert space evolving according to quantum mechanical laws. Everything else, matter, energy, space-time, gravity, forces, particles, all of it emerges from this quantum state. The quantum state is what's fundamentally real. Everything else is a way of describing aspects of that state. Now, what's a quantum state in quantum mechanics? The state of a system is represented by a wave function, a vector in Hilbert space. This wave function contains all the information about the system. It tells you the probabilities of getting different outcomes when you make measurements. For a single particle, the quantum state might be a wave function in position space, telling you the amplitude for finding the particle at different locations. For multiple particles, it's a wave function in a higher dimensional configuration space. For a quantum field, it's even more abstract, a functional on-field configurations. But the principle is the same. The quantum state contains all the information about the system. The universe at its most fundamental level is a quantum state, a particular vector in the Hilbert space of all possible universes. This state contains all the information about everything that exists, everything that happens, everything that could happen. From this quantum state, everything else emerges. Space-time emerges when you look at correlations in the state and interpret them geometrically. Matter emerges when you look at excitations of quantum fields. Energy emerges as the expectation value of the Hamiltonian. The universe is quantum information, and everything we experience is a way of organizing and describing that information. Now let me be more precise about what I mean by information. In physics, information is not just facts or data. Information is the answer to questions. How many yes or no questions do you need to answer to fully specify the state of a system? That number in bits is the information content. For a classical system with n possible states, you need log base 2 of n bits to specify which state it's in. For a quantum system, it's more subtle because quantum states can be in superposition. But the principle is the same. Information measures how many degrees of freedom the system has, how many ways it can be configured. The universe has a finite amount of information. This is one of the most profound insights from studying black holes. Jacob Bekenstein showed that the entropy of a black hole, which measures its information content, is proportional to the area of its event horizon, not its volume. This suggests that information in the universe is fundamentally bounded by area, not volume. The holographic principle takes this further, proposing that the maximum information content of any region of space is proportional to the area of its boundary. If the universe has a cosmological horizon, as ours does due to dark energy and accelerating expansion, then the total information content of our observable universe is finite. It's proportional to the area of the cosmological horizon. This means the universe is a finite quantum system. The Hilbert space is enormous but finite. The quantum state is a specific vector in this finite-dimensional Hilbert space. The universe is quantum information, and the amount of that information is finite and bounded. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If the universe is holographic, if the holographic principle applies to the whole universe as it does to black holes, then all the information about our three-dimensional universe is encoded on the two-dimensional cosmological horizon. The three-dimensional space we experience with all its galaxies and stars and planets is a holographic projection from information on that distant two-dimensional surface. We're living in a hologram. The universe is really two-dimensional information on a boundary, and the three-dimensional reality we experience emerges from that information. This is what the ADS-CFT correspondence teaches us. It's a concrete, mathematically precise realization of this idea. In ADS-CFT, the boundary theory is fundamental. It's a quantum field theory with no gravity, no extra dimensions, just quantum fields on a lower dimensional space. And from the quantum state of that boundary theory, an entire higher dimensional space-time emerges. Black holes, gravitational waves, the expansion of space, all of the phenomena of general relativity emerge from the quantum information on the boundary. The universe is the boundary theory. The bulk space-time is a derived description, an emergent hologram. If this applies to our universe, and I think it does, then the universe is fundamentally a quantum theory on the cosmological horizon. Everything we experience, all of three-dimensional space, all of time, all of physics, emerges from that two-dimensional quantum theory. The universe is quantum information on a surface, and we're patterns in that information. Let me tell you what this means for the fundamental laws of physics. If the universe is quantum information, then the fundamental laws are laws about information. They're laws about how quantum states evolve, how information is processed, how entanglement grows. The laws of physics we know, Einstein's equations for gravity, Maxwell's equations for electromagnetism, the standard model of particle physics, all of these are emergent laws. They describe the behavior of the universe at the level of the emergent space-time and matter description. But at the fundamental level, the laws are simpler. They're quantum mechanical laws governing the evolution of the quantum state on the boundary. In ADS-CFT, these are the laws of conformal field theory. In our universe, we don't know exactly what they are yet, but they're probably similar. The fundamental laws are about quantum information, and everything else emerges from them. This is a profound simplification. Instead of having many different laws for different forces, different fields, different aspects of reality, we have one fundamental law governing quantum information. Everything else is derived, emergent, a consequence of that fundamental law. This is what physicists dream of, a unified theory, a theory of everything, not in the sense of a theory that describes all the particles and forces, but a theory that shows how all of physics emerges from one fundamental principle, and that principle is quantum mechanics applied to information. Now let me address what I think is the deepest question. What is this quantum state? Why is the universe in this particular quantum state and not some other state? This is where we reach the limits of current knowledge. We don't know why the universe is in the particular quantum state it's in. We can describe the state, we can study its properties, we can derive emergent physics from it, but we can't yet explain why this state rather than another. Some people invoke the anthropic principle. The universe is in a state compatible with our existence because if it weren't, we wouldn't be here to ask the question. This is true, but unsatisfying. It doesn't explain why this state exists, just why we observe it. Others propose a multiverse, an ensemble of universes in different quantum states, and we happen to be in one compatible with life. This pushes the question back. Why does the multiverse exist? What determines the probability distribution over states? I don't have a complete answer, but I think the key might be to understand the quantum state as the solution to some fundamental constraint or principle. Maybe there's a principle of maximum simplicity or maximum symmetry or something else that picks out the particular quantum state our universe is in. This is speculation. We don't know yet. But the question is profound, and I think answering it is one of the great challenges for theoretical physics. What we do know is that the universe is quantum information. That much is clear from black hole physics, from holography, from ADAS-CFT. The specifics of which quantum state, why that state, those are open questions. Let me tell you about another aspect of this, the role of the observer. If the universe is quantum information and quantum mechanics requires measurement to collapse the wave function, does that mean the universe needs observers to exist? I don't think so. I think the appearance of wave function collapse is an artifact of the emergent description. At the fundamental level, the quantum state evolves unitarily, smoothly, according to the Schrödinger equation or its generalization. There's no collapse. Collapse appears when you, as an observer, are part of the system and you coarse grain, when you treat yourself as separate from the rest of the universe. From your limited perspective, it looks like the wave function collapsed, but from the perspective of the full quantum state, everything evolved smoothly. Observers are themselves quantum information, patterns in the universal quantum state. We're not separate from the universe. We're part of it. And our experience of measurement and collapse is an emergent phenomenon, a side effect of being embedded observers with limited information. The universe doesn't need observers to exist. Observers are just particular configurations of quantum information that have the property of being able to process information, to store memories, to make predictions. We're part of a quantum state, not separate from it. Now I want to talk about what this means for the Big Bang, for the origin of the universe. If the universe is a quantum state, where did that state come from? Did it have a beginning? In the traditional picture, the Big Bang is the beginning of space-time. Time itself starts at the Big Bang. Asking what came before is meaningless because there was no before. But if space-time is emergent, this picture changes. The fundamental quantum state might be timeless. It doesn't begin or end. It just is. The Big Bang is not the beginning of the quantum state. It's the emergence of the space-time description from that state. Think of it like this. The quantum state is fundamental and timeless. When you look at correlations in that state, when you organize the information in certain ways, a notion of time emerges. And when you trace that emergent time backward, you reach a point where the emergent description breaks down, where space-time becomes highly curved and quantum effects dominate. That point is what we call the Big Bang. It's not the beginning of the quantum state. It's the beginning of the emergent space-time description. The quantum state exists timelessly, and the Big Bang is where space-time emerges from it. This resolves a lot of puzzles. It explains why we can't probe beyond the Big Bang with classical general relativity. The classical description breaks down there. It explains why the Big Bang singularity might not be real. It's an artifact of the emergent description. And it suggests that the ultimate question, why is there something rather than nothing, might have a different answer than we thought. The quantum state is the something. It doesn't need a cause or a beginning. It's the fundamental reality. And everything else, including space-time and the Big Bang, emerges from it. Let me connect this to something else I've worked on, string theory. String theory is one attempt to describe the fundamental quantum state of the universe. In string theory, the fundamental objects are one-dimensional strings vibrating in higher dimensional space. Different vibration modes of the strings correspond to different particles, different forces, different fields. The quantum state is a configuration of all these strings, and from that configuration, space-time and all of physics emerges. String theory is consistent with the holographic principle. In fact, ADS-CFT emerged from string theory. The boundary theory in ADS-CFT can be derived from strings and branes in string theory, so string theory is telling us something important. The universe is not strings moving in space-time. The universe is the quantum state of strings, and space-time emerges from that state. The strings are a way of parameterizing the quantum information, not fundamental objects in space. The universe is quantum information, and string theory is one mathematical framework for describing that information. Another framework is loop quantum gravity, which approaches things differently. Instead of strings, it starts with quantized space itself, spin networks representing the quantum geometry. But the principle is similar. The fundamental description is quantum and classical space-time emerges. Different approaches, but the same basic picture. The universe is quantum information. Now let me address something practical. If the universe is quantum information, can we manipulate it? Can we program reality like we program computers? In principle, maybe. If we fully understood the fundamental quantum laws, if we could control quantum states at the Planck scale, we might be able to create new geometries, new topologies, new universes even. This is far future speculation. We can barely control quantum states in tiny laboratory systems. Controlling the quantum state of the entire universe is beyond anything we can currently imagine. But the principle is there. If the universe is quantum information, then in principle it can be computed, simulated, manipulated like any other information. The universe is in a very real sense a quantum computer, not a computer running on hardware. The universe is the computation. The laws of physics are the algorithm, the quantum state is the program, and the emergent space-time and matter are the output. We're part of that computation. Our thoughts, our experiences, our consciousness, all of it is part of the universal quantum computation, where information processes information. This might sound dehumanizing, reducing everything to bits and computation, but I find it beautiful. It means we're part of something fundamental, something elegant, something deeply mathematical. The universe is not random chaos. It's structured information, evolving according to precise laws, giving rise to the incredible complexity and beauty we see around us. Let me tell you why I believe this so strongly. It's not just philosophical speculation. It's based on concrete physics, on calculations, on mathematical theorems. Black hole thermodynamics tells us that information is fundamental. The holographic principle tells us that information is bounded by area. ADS-CFT tells us that space-time emerges from quantum information. String theory gives us a framework for describing that information. Every time we dig deeper into fundamental physics, we find information, not matter, not energy, not space-time. Information, quantum information, entanglement, correlations, degrees of freedom. That's what the universe is made of. That's what's real at the deepest level. And this answers the question I started with. What is the universe really? The universe is a quantum state, a particular configuration of quantum information in an enormous but finite Hilbert space evolving according to quantum mechanical laws. Everything we experience, space-time, matter, energy, forces, particles, fields, galaxies, stars, planets, life, consciousness, all of it emerges from this quantum state. All of it is a way of organizing and describing the fundamental quantum information. The universe is quantum information. That's the answer. And it's stranger, more abstract, more beautiful than the simple picture of stuff moving around in space that I started with as a young plumber in the Bronx. But it's also more elegant. One fundamental thing, quantum information from which everything emerges. One set of laws, quantum mechanics, governing everything. One reality, the quantum state, with many emergent levels of description. This is what decades of theoretical physics have taught us. This is where the math leads. This is what black holes and holography and string theory are telling us. The universe is quantum information, and we're part of that information, patterns within it, observers made of the same stuff we're observing. I've dedicated my life to understanding this, and the more I learn, the more beautiful it becomes. The universe is not what it seems. It's something far more profound. It's quantum information, and everything else is emergent. That's what the universe really is. And recognizing this is one of the great intellectual achievements of our time. We've seen through the appearance to the reality beneath. And that reality is quantum information, pure and simple. This is the deepest answer I can give to the question, what is the universe? It's a quantum state. It's information. It's mathematics made real.